Good morning, Never Neverland. We're going to go over the reading that I did on the tarot and oracle card pull that I did on the 7th of February. And for myself, I pulled the Blade and the 8 of Cups. For the world, I pulled Wind and the 4 of Wands. And for human or the collective, I pulled Completion and the Page of Cups. Alright, so for me, I asked the Oracle what I need, and it said the Blade. And the essence of the Blade. The Blade represents sharpness of mind, body, and spirit. Pointing upward, it summons the power of heaven. When aimed down to the ground, it anchors the power of the heavens on earth. The Blade can be a healing tool or a weapon. Wield it wisely, and it will transmit power, bestow initiations, cut energetic cords from the past, or sever toxic relationships. Use it with anger, and it will slash, stab, and kill. The invitation. You are invited to draw your blade and use it. It is not auspicious to hesitate, to waste time in idle talk, or to hide from the inevitable. Heaven and earth are aligned to support you in claiming your power, so take decisive action. Overcome your fear of hurting others, unsheath the blade, and use it wisely. The medicine that the blade brings. It's time to put down the sword and place it back in its scabbard. Do not offer your blade in service to toxic emotions. You will be faced with an even more disagreeable future with the people or situations you are attempting to banish. Put the blade to rest until your inner fire has mellowed. Then use your blade with impeccable intention to cut the energetic cords that are trying to tying you to the drama at hand. Set yourself free. Alright, so I asked the tarot how best I can go about doing that. And I drew the 8 of Cups. And what that symbolizes is letting go, releasing that which no longer serves you, a ritual releasing, a time to move stuck energy, walking away and leaving your old reality to pursue a new one, abandonment and disappointment. I guess disappointment from walking away can be a thing. Sometimes that's better, though. She has released her last cup into the sea, and her bowl-burning ceremony is over. Is it time to walk away from something in your life? Choosing your sacred dream, especially when you're feeling disappointed, is one of the biggest acts of self-love that you can enact. When you take that very first step, you begin to choose yourself. There's nothing more healing or more powerful. Find your resolve and untether any anchors that are holding you back. Though your disillusioned heart may require some TLC, you can realign your path by shedding outgrown expectations, hopes, people, ideas, beliefs, guilt, or ways of being. If you find yourself exhausted or confused, or jumping from one thing to another thing, know that you are entering a mystical period of intense shifting, and that releasing old stories will help you travel lightly. Go in the direction of epic dreams, happiness, and greater meaning. So, the blade says basically that I need to cut energetic cords, but mindfully. And the best way I can do that is following my dreams, which means posting more tarot, doing more tarot readings, following my own inner magic, trusting my gut. I've always felt that, and life has shown me that I know things before I've been told them. And like a child, I'll state these sentences out loud, have no idea what I'm saying. Most prophets don't know what we say when we're saying it. And we mean so much more in a single sentence than we realize. And it's been fun watching. But my real dream is to help the world change. To live in that true essence of love where we do what is right because it is right, not because a book or a religion or anything in particular tells us to do it. To live righteously without fear being the control, without using a threat of a place called hell or otherwise to choose to do what is right. I want to see the world live in a way where we don't need that anymore. So what Mother Earth or the world needs is the wind. The symbol of the wind represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, and inspired ideas. It also signifies change with qualities both positive and negative. The wind blows from each of the 4 directions, and there are different qualities bestowed by each. So, when you feel the wind, feel where it's coming from, and maybe tag this video and come back to it so that you can remind yourself what each means, or write it down real quick. South, carrying a new sense of trust, helping you gently discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. So south is good for banishment. West, calling you to more introspection, to a willingness to make final decisions, to let go of attachment and egotistical desires. Alright, so west would be focus on self-pride instead of ego, or to finalize would be a single word that you could write down for west. Finalizations. North, moving you to bring wisdom and strength. I think that's self-explanatory. So north is for wisdom or learning, I would say. Wisdom is, you can't have the wisdom without the learning. East, carrying clarity of vision and purpose. East is also air. It's communication. So clarity of vision would be the communication of that. Whichever way the wind is blowing for you, the message which the wind whispers or shouts is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you will find exultation in moving toward it and receiving its lessons. The invitation. When the spirit of wind comes calling, it's a sign of change. Perhaps you need to change your mind about something. Perhaps an old way of doing things has become automatic, and now that you've gained greater clarity, you can make a new choice. Regardless of what the change is, you can expect to be understood and have clear communication with others at this time. Ideas are solid, and the shift that is being called for is in the highest good of all. The medicine. When wind comes as medicine, you're being invited to recognize the value of chaos. Well, I did ask what Mother Earth needs, and that would be, the medicine is what we all need. Windstorms provide necessary chaos to clear the air and spread seeds so plants and trees can take roots in new fields. Right now it may seem as if your world has been turned upside down, but this is a temporary storm that will blow over. Something about our government right now. Perhaps communication has broken down between you and another, or your many to-do lists are overwhelming you. The medicine is to simplify, slow down, course correct if you need to, and wait out the storm to clean things up. Just know that all storms have a great value if you can remain neutral during their course. Greater clarity and good things will come from it all. Remember, this too shall pass. And the best way that the tarot said we can go about helping this along is the Four of Wands. Four Wands is celebration, prosperity, an important event or milestone, gathering of souls, kindred, stability in home and relationships, sometimes signifies marriage. So that sounds like community. Bring the noise. It's time to kick back in joyful elation. You've been building foundations, and after a period of massive shifting, it's time to enjoy some well-deserved communal bliss. If you've been through a cycle of rapid expansion and awakening, this card marks a transition into a more harmonic and stable state. You've reached new levels of consciousness, and it's the perfect time to enjoy a milestone event and celebrate with the people who love you. Love them right back, as they are. And past, sometimes this card signifies a marriage or another significant occasion. While connecting with friends and family, make sure you relax, release, and allow your body to integrate all the lessons you've been working through. Happiness and harmony are yours to be had. Enjoy these warm vibes of celebration and success. Also, when was the last time you danced? So the wind says we need change with clarity and communication. And the Four of Wands says we need to do so with joy, with community, and possibly romance. Go dance. And I'd like to add that dancing can also mean sex. It can also mean go get laid. And if you are single, then I would strongly suggest connecting to yourself energetically in such a way that masturbation is not an issue. We're not going to expand on that. I don't think there's a necessity. What humankind needs. I drew completion from the Oracle. All things have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the nature of life, the seed, the flower, and the fruit. The beginning is the seed, the middle the flower, and the end is the fruit. And of all human relationships, completion suggests the fullness of the moment and the need to transform an old form into a new one. The invitation. You have finished a cycle, and there is no more growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. In regard to relationships, it is time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. In your ventures, it is time to reap your harvest. Completion is a time for celebration. Here we are again with celebration. It is the end of summer when the fruit is ripe. The medicine. Clinging to old form will only bring decay. When the fruit is left too long on the vine, it rots. You know that it is time to move on, yet are reluctant. Do not be afraid of hurting anyone's feelings. Remember that you are responsible for your actions, not the actions of others. Mourn what is lost so you can move on. Do not be sad. Be like the sun at midday, who shines brightly, neither longing for sunrise nor dreading the dusk. To be okay with the completion. We can start a new journey. Now, the best way that we can go about doing that, I drew the Page of Cups from the Tarot. The Page of Cups, a dreamer, which is what I was just talking about, starting new journeys. We've completed something. Serendipity, creativity, new unexpected trajectories, magic and synchronicity, an open and joyful heart, sensitivity, and naivety in romance, being motivated by innovative ideas. That's twice on romance. That's two cards that mentioned romance now. So that may have to do with the 144,000 and finding your twins. Finding your twin flame or your soul partners. There is serendipity and magic here, like the first breath of love or very first kiss. Anything is possible at this time. Be open to wildly wonderful miracles. I didn't touch that light. Nobody touched that light. This is when pigs fly card. This is when pigs fly card. And holding it in your hands is a sign that unforeseen yet fortuitous events are coming your way. Bring childlike enthusiasm to the unknown and welcome any unexpected twists on your journey. That would be wonderful for the whole of humanity. Be open to inspiration from the strangest of places and pay attention to the intuitive musings that arrive. They will give your creativity wings. As you enjoy this time of strangely unique thinking, Ensure that you are not being overly sensitive or blocking your own flow because you're trying to control the process. That sounds like ego talking if you're doing that. Breathe for a minute and come back to it is what I would suggest. Allow your emotions to follow the breadcrumbs of joy. Play a little more. Do something silly. Stay curious about any feelings of wonder and awe, and allow your sensitive dreamer to dream. So, in completion, what humans need is the acceptance of all parts of the cycle, both the beginning, the middle, and the end. And the Page of Cups says to dream and create with a childlike romance. Now for the affirmation card that I drew, what it said is, from my heart through my mind, fingers and toes, universal creativity flows. As I create, I nourish hungry souls. I love how well that goes along with this reading. On the back it says, use this prayer daily to invoke your heart-centered muse. I did say to tag this video, didn't I? I wonder why. Yay, prophets not knowing what we're saying when we say it. Come back to this when you need to, when you need a reminder of this prayer. Creator of the universe, how infinite and astonishing are your worlds. Thank you for your sacred art and sustaining presence, divine imagination. Forgiving my blindness, open all my eyes, reveal the light of truth. Allow original beauty to guide my every stroke. Universal creativity, flow through me, from my heart, through my mind, to my hand. Infuse my work with spirit to feed hungry souls. That was written by Alex Gray, and it's called The Artist's Prayer. So you could probably look that up if you don't want to tag this video. I will see y'all in my next video when I do a short to pull from the Oracle and the Tarot, and then I'll make a longer video after that to go over what everything means. Blessed be.